So, ladies and gentlemen, umeniulizia sana, and that is why I am back. Like I never left. Okay? So, today we are talking about something extremely important. Something very, very important, and that is anger. Huh? Every human being has a level of anger that needs to be controlled, managed, handled. Okay? But most times, what do? We outburst, we lash out, or we trample it. And our feet hide it in shame and guilt. Okay? But I want to bring this out very clearly so that everyone can be able to fathom it in a way they can actually understand. So anger is a secondary emotion, not a second. It's a secondary emotion, meaning there must be some underlying issues that have caused you to be angry. Most times most times people cause us to be angry. Other times, the identities or the labels we hold, when challenged, can cause us to, you get me? If your identity or your label has been challenged, then we can say you will be angry. For instance, I can check out what you constantly hold on, and this is what we call your identity. So maybe you identify yourself as someone who is lazy, or should we say selectively active? Well, when someone actually points that out, what do you cling on? That is anger. You tend to be very defensive. You're like, unanionangaje? Kwani mimi? Like, and a friend of mine actually taught me the other day that defense is very loud. Okay? Anyway, when someone challenges what you stand for, what you believe in, the identity that you have acquired through the various implications that men have given unto you, or the various moments you were devastated, hence ending up acquiring some sense of identity or some sense of security, when someone actually steps on that, that makes you angry. But anger is not the enemy here. Anger is not the enemy. Okay? Who is the enemy? You are the enemy because you have not learned this emotion. Anger is very important. Okay? Anger helps you protect yourself. Anger also helps you not to lean back on every form of vulnerability that may cause you to go to evil, or anger helps you protect those you love. For instance, finance bill. You guys were angry, okay? Because number one, first you were disappointed, you were frustrated, you felt like someone was stepping on the identity you hold as Kenyans, okay? On those basic things that we held so close to our heart. So we ended up being angry because we were frustrated, we were devastated, we were disappointed. Amongst many other adjectives I can use to actually describe to actually describe what we were feeling when that finance bill came out. And then after that, they ended up doing things that we cannot even mention. But that is not the case today. The reason why we are still standing together is because of anger. So anger is an invitation for each and every one of us to not lash out, to not burst, to not trample it under our feet, but it's an invitation for us to allow God to guide us, okay? To allow God to help us break it down, okay? It's an invitation for us to make the right choice, regardless of how we are feeling, okay? Anger is very important. That is why you and me are required to understand what anger really is. Okay? If you can just channel or capitalize on the anger. For instance, are you angry about the position you are in right now? Hey, karibu ariende south. Are you angry about that? And what are you doing about it? Are you angry of what people are doing out here? I believe that is what brings out or births the passion that channels us to do what is right. That is why we really need to understand it and seek God's guidance. Okay? Remember, in your anger, do not sin. Anyway, as I close this up, I am the Bible, the read. To you inconsistent people, don't worry, we're gonna get there. But each and every day, I challenge you to read your Bible and pray every day. Okay? Because even as you walk, you need to walk in the right path. Even as you talk, you need to talk in the right way. So remember that someone might not have read their Bible this morning, this afternoon, or this evening, but when they encounter you, you will become the Bible they read. So otherwise, look forward to talking to you later on as I give you my case study of the day. That I was very angry. But anyway, the Lord helped me understand why I was angry. I broke down every trauma, everything that I had in mind. Anyway, God bless you so much. Please be the Bible they read. Okay, both in your talking, in your walking, in your dressing, in the way you think, you fathom things, just holistically. Because you need to prove yourself and approve workmanship, holy and acceptable unto the Lord. Not alone, but to everyone who is around you. Because you're the light of the world. You're the light of the world. Yes, and you are the salt. So stay lit and be salty. Bye. See ya next time.